And welcome everyone to the Runeterra Romance Game Show brought to you by Aegis Esports. I am your host, Boulevard, and I'm so happy to be joined by our lovely and beautiful and handsome, Red, this is a lot of adjectives, guests tonight on the eve of Valentine's Day. I'm sure you are familiar with all of them, and we will introduce them. But before we do, let us explain the rules of the game that they will be participating in this fine evening. So here are the Runeterra Romance rules. One of the two players on each team will be asked a question, and they will have 1 minute to write their answer. The other player will then have 30 seconds to guess what their partner put as their answer. The players will then swap and be asked another question. This will continue for 3 rounds, with questions getting harder and harder each round. Round 1 is 1 point, round 2 is 2, so on and so forth. There are no half points. The team with the most point wins, and I will have final discretion on whether or not something counts for the point. With our rules out of the way, let's introduce our guests. Starting in the top left squad, we have Grandpa Roji and Aikato. Can you guys introduce yourselves and explain why your team is going to win tonight?
Hi, I'm Grandpa Roji, and I've known Aikato for like 2.5 years. So I think we'll be pretty good together.
Been a hot minute. I'm Aikato, and I mean, we've both been to Worlds. We both topped Worlds, so we kind of have that synergy there, you know, that I think will definitely carry us.
All right, moving on to the right, Jay Sensational and Puffball Panda. Please introduce yourselves and why your team is going to win against this World Top Cut synergy.
Hello, my name is Jay Sensational, your friendly neighborhood Yasuo player, and we're simply going to win because we have the two best Yasuo players in North America here. So
yeah, hi, my name is, I'm Puffball Panda, and I hate Yasuo.
Breaking power already. A great force. Sometimes spite is more powerful than love. Speaking of, Nips and Kaki Baki, will you please introduce yourselves and tell everyone why you two are going to win tonight?
Hi, I'm Nips, and we're going to win because we build decks together, and we have only known each other for a year, but you know, not as close as Roji and Aikato, but, you know, we got what it takes, I think.
Close enough, close enough. Hi, I'm Kakibaki, and another reason we're going to win is because it's like 2 a.m. here in Serbia, and it's great to be on this show at this time.
Beautiful, beautiful answer. And last but not least, of course, we have Monte Cristo and Gregory. I didn't realize it was just going to be Gregory. I thought there was more to the title than that, but you need to introduce yourselves and explain why you are going to win this evening.
Hi, I'm Monty. We are going to win because we've been prepping for that Sentinels tournament whose leader has just disappeared. But we've been doing that for the last month and a half, so we've been spending a lot of time in Discord calls and hanging out, learning about our game preferences, so we should have a leg up.
Yeah, on top of that, too, I mean, we also technically have been working for and around Master Runeterra for over a year. That's probably apparently not important enough for Monty to mention, but hey. Yeah, we also have been on an actual competitive team together, unlike some of these people. But hey, also we live within an hour of each other, and also we're Canadian, and yeah, also we're better. Hi, I'm Greg.
All right, excellent. Well, time to get started on the show then, everybody. Now that we've met our competitors and understand the rules, the first question we are going to ask Grandpa Roji, Jay Sensational, Nips, and Monty. Your first question: which champion does your partner hate the most in Legends of Runeterra? You have 1 minute.
There's a lot.
So we say what our partner's answer is, right?
You write down what your partner's answer is.
Oh. Huh. What a coincidence.
Let me actually write it bigger, because
I mean, there's a lot. There's a couple that are immediately coming to mind, but which one do you hate more?
I love every champion.
Somehow, let me go check your Twitter real quick, see if that's true that you love every champion. I'm gonna pull up a couple of receipts here.
I've seen some of your tweets, Aikato.
Yeah.
It turns out Aikato's least favorite champion is Reddit. That is
That would be the most correct answer, honestly.
If that's a champion, then we're all doomed.
Calling them a champion is generous, okay?
Time is up. Everybody, whiteboards down. We're going to take a look at the answers. We're going to start off. Grandpa Roji and Aikido. Aikido, what is your least favorite champion?
Wait,
It
he's supposed
has-
to say, right?
Oh, I'm supposed to say it has to be Kaiser.
There is only one champion that has almost made me quit the game, and it is in fact Kaisa.
Kaisa. All right, let's take a look at what Roji wrote down. It is Kaisa. That is 1 point for Roji and Aikido.
Nice.
Now, moving on to the gimme group here. Jason or Puffball, what is your least favorite champion in Runeterra?
Well, I really I gave you the answer right from the beginning. Yeah, Yasuo, Madge.
You guys had the foresight. Jason, what did you write down for Puffball's least favorite answer?
I'm not sure about this one. But
Nice.
So your hatred has turned into synergy from the get-go. That is a point for your team as well. I believe I'm actually supposed to move in clockwise order, so Monty and Gregory are up next. Gregory, what is your least favorite Legends of Runeterra champion?
Oh,
I cannot hear
muted?
Gregory. He is muted in Discord, actually.
It took me the entirety of that time to try and think about it. Technically, I think it's Viger just because he's always been a pain in the butt more than any other champion. But
Viger
hey,
it is. Monty, what did you have written down? Pike! We have our
Oh,
first
I thought
incorrect
side-eye.
answer. The pro
Yay.
team not quite able to get it done. Let's see if the deck building duo has a little bit more luck.
oh
Baki,
no.
what is your least favorite champion?
This one was easy.
It has to be Bard.
What? You're
Kind
trolling
of
me.
take a stab.
You're
at me.
trolling me.
Okay, there's a lot of champions ahead, so it's a hard one.
He
Okay?
does hate a lot of things.
Baki cast a wide net, and Nips
Oh.
not quite able to close in on it. So
Oh no.
that is only a point for Jason, Puffball, Aikido, and Roji. I'm going to be moving on to the second question. I'm sure you all understand how the game works now. So this question, this time, going to be Aikido, Puffball, Baki, and Gregory that are writing down the answers. So your question is, what is your partner's favorite region?
So
You have 1 minute.
We write it the one we like.
Aikido, Puffball, Gregory, and Kaki are going to write this time. And
Oh,
guess
okay.
your favorite region.
Okay.
We're guessing
A
their
little
favorite
bit of
region.
alternating, keep things interesting.
Okay.
So I wasn't supposed to write last round.
You were not supposed to write last round.
Okay, well,
Okay.
as long as we got that.
Yeah, I also wrote 2, but
All right.
Yeah.
So
If
player A
everybody
is
writes,
whoever
then
is
we're
on the
gonna go.
left. Player B is whoever is on the right. I'm going to rotate between player A and player B for asking the questions. Does that make sense, everybody?
For
I
sure.
was supposed to like write our answer too, though. But okay.
Well, you can't see the whiteboard. I think I don't have access to the whiteboard, so I don't know what you guys actually
Oh.
can and can't see. So I'm assuming you can't see.
Online.
Time is up. Going to go in the same order again. Grandpa Roji, what is your favorite region?
My favorite region is definitely Shurima. It's got all the most fun broken tools that I love to play around
This is
with.
the worst answer you could have given,
Nice.
but Aikido is on board with you, and that is going to be another point for Roji and Aikido, the world's top cut team, taking a lead here. Moving on, Jay Sensational. I think this is probably another gimme for you guys, but what is your favorite region?
Well, it has to be the region that Yasuo is in. It's got to be Iona.
Nice.
hatred
And-
is uniting us once more.
As much as you seem to hate it, at least you two know each other because that is what we are playing for here today. That is a point for you two. Going on down to the bottom row. Monty, your favorite region, please. Monty, you were muted for that.
Somehow. Not even in Discord. You
Bilgewater.
found another way.
Bilgewater. All right, Gregory, what did you write down for Monty's favorite region? Was it Bilgewater? It was Bilgewater. You guys are on the
Already
board.
written, but yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, Nips and Baki. You're the only ones without a point up. Nips, what is your favorite region?
Easy. Shadow Isles.
Shadow Isles it is. All right, everybody has at least 1 point. We've got a game on our hands, folks, but we are still in round number 1. Scores still only 1 point. For the next question, we are going back to player A. So player A, you are going to be the one writing things down again. And the next question is going to be, what deck is your partner most known for? 1 minute. Oh, we have the boards are on the screen still.
Oh.
They're good. We're good. We're good.
Now we're good legally.
Yeah, I see you making eye contact with me, Ikeda, you piece of shit. We squared away we can curse on this earlier, so that's my one. That's my one F-bomb. This is a PG-13 stream. No one else is allowed to have one.
What's your favorite deck, Boulevard?
My favorite deck was Braum Swain from 2020, when it was the only deck that beat Karma Ezreal.
Oh my.
Braum Swain beat Karma Ezreal?
Why did that deck beat Karma
One Attack
Ezreal?
Braum was the only deck that could beat Karma Ezreal.
Guessing Nopify didn't exist back then.
It did not. And that is time. Coming back into the top left with our point leaders. Grandpa Roji, what deck is Aikido most known for?
So I'm supposed to say, right? Like he wrote it down?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Aikido, which deck are you most known for?
It's got to be Shellfolk, right? It's got to be Shellfolk.
Yeah, it probably does have to be Shellfolk. Roji, what did you write down? I got a blank screen there.
What? I wrote Shellfolk, but Tri-Beam in my heart.
Wait.
I can totally see that, yeah. What?
Where is it?
I can't see it, but honestly,
Here, let me try and move it into view.
Sausage. Yeah, Roji's like, let me slide it into view. He's like writing it in the corner.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Aikido is such a gimme that I believe Roji on this one. I think everybody watching, everybody in the call knows that Aikido is a Shellfolk gamer.
Why isn't it showing? It's on my board.
If I can get confirmation from, if I can't get confirmation from production, then I am going to take you on the honor system here, and that is going to be a 0.2 Roji and Aikido. Moving you on up to.
I see it. It's rigged.
Does a follower really even count as a deck, though? I mean, Shellfolk what? That's kind of vague.
Maybe it's
yeah. What region? Give a region.
Yeah,
right.
Vandal City. I will take Shellfolk as an acceptable answer, and we will move on to the next couple. Jason Sensational and Puffball Panda. Puffball, what deck are you most known for?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I am most known for Celesbians, which is Diana Leona.
Jason did in fact get Celesbians, so you guys are still maintaining a perfect score here at 3 points. Moving down a little bit, Gregory, what deck are you most known for?
Specific deck? Probably the best thing would be saying Varus Akshan, but I've always been like an Akshan guy overall.
And Monty, what did you have written down here? Poppy Vandal City Demacia.
That isn't even the version of Poppy I liked.
Got a little bit of heartbreak down here on the bottom row as Gregory, not a Poppy Vandal City player apparently. Now, Baki, what deck are you most known for?
It has to be Ash LeBlanc.
That would be my guess as well, but Nips, what did you have written down? It is Ash LeBlanc, and you two pull ahead out of last place, a score of 2. And we get to see Roji's answer. It was Shellfolk, but Tri-Beam in my heart. That's beautiful. We are going to be moving on to the last question of round number 1. Once again, player B, you guys will be the ones writing down this time to round out the round. That's a lot of the word round. So your last question is, which one of you is more likely to tilt? You have 60 seconds.
Pain. So much pain.
Which one's more likely to tilt, the other, or just tilt?
Just tilt in general.
Tilt, okay.
The questions are on the screen in case I ever say them in a weird fashion that you can't quite read. Right underneath of the Runeterra romance, in the wrong direction. Right underneath the Runeterra romance, how does this camera function? There we go. I'm finally pointing in a direction that you can see.
These questions are so good already.
And these are the easy ones. Just wait until we get into the later rounds and things get progressively more difficult.
I'm looking forward to that. I've been burned so for being an all-arounder, and now here we are getting to real questions. Real straightforward ones. I like it.
Keep trying to move the questions onto a sticky note because Google Docs doesn't have dark mode, but Red is updating the questions as we speak, so I can't copy them over mid-show, and he's still changing them on me. What about all my rehearsal out the window? Useless. Time is up. Let me see if I remember who I'm asking questions to now here. Roji, between you and Aikato, which one of you is more likely to tilt?
I'm going to have to go with me because I tilt so easily whenever
really
you throw aggro in front of me, you throw elusives in front of me.
Aikato even gets just a few aggro.
Hold on.
Like, oh my god.
Oh,
the perfect synergy continues throughout the first round for our world's duo. Moving on to, I don't want to dox you guys, I guess, but that's what I know you for. Our East Coast duo, probably the best way to put it. Puffball and Jason. Jason, between the two of you, who is more likely to tilt?
Oh, I'd say we're both pretty good at it, but if I had to give an answer, I'd have to give it a Puffball.
Also not happy about it, but does agree with you. So you guys are going to take a point again. Moving on down to the bottom row. Monty, between you and Greg, who's tilting off the face of the planet first?
Definitely me. I like them all.
And we get another point on the board for Greg and Monty correctly guessing. And then back over to Nips and Baki. Nips, between the two of you, who is more likely to tilt?
Well, I rarely tilt unless I'm playing against Anivia, so it definitely has to be bulky.
And Baki agrees. So we are at the full 3 points for you two as well. Moving on in to the second round, we have two very clear leaders here at the top row. Monty and Greg lagging behind Kaki and Nips, finding themselves squarely in the middle. So just a fun little icebreaker question. This one is not for points. You can feel free to answer freely. So I'm just going to do this a little structured. So Roji and Aikato, how did you know that your partner was the one?
I played about 500-600 games of Malphite against him one seasonal, and then I just knew it was meant to be.
We talked in Twitch DMs for a while, and he got me super coped on Shen Jarvan, and it was just from there is match made in heaven.
That is the most cringe story I've ever heard about two individuals meeting. Jason and Puffball. How did you know that the other was the one?
See, I knew Puffball was the one when Majin Bay turned me down. So
damn, not the second option.
Oh my god!
I figured it out.
Roasted Puffball.
Listen. We've never scrimmed a day in our life together. He's like, there's an event happening for scrim partners. I was like, yeah, sure.
Said it doesn't have to be.
Not quite where I expected this to go, but Majin Bay do be breaking hearts. Monty and Greg, how did you know that you were meant for each other?
In general,
Red pitched to me as an event for scrim partners. And Greg was the only person I was scrimming with. I asked if I could take hers, but he said no, I couldn't. So,
I see.
Another second choice.
I was going to say about how, we started scrimming because, Monty got pulled onto the team and it went well, but no, I guess I'm the second choice. Okay, I see how it is.
Yeah.
First, but then I asked if I could take Hirsch afterwards, and then he said no. And I said, okay, I'll go with Greg.
A lot of tension in the air here tonight. Nips and Baki, how did you know that the other one was the one?
Well, as a deck builder, I was basically a chatter in his stream, and I would always redeem my decks so he could play them. And then eventually he started playing them without redeem. So, that's when I knew.
Yeah, and I was busy flaming Viego for like a year and a half. Well, that's an exaggeration, but he was so cringe to me, and she made me love him so much that I quote his lines all the time. And if she has that power over me, she has to be the one.
That is absolutely beautiful. Kids, do not try this at home. Do not start dating your chatter. That is, it's this is a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah,
they are the exception. Do not
Cover your ears,
try
Loki.
this at home.
Don't look, don't hear.
So moving into round number 2, we're going to be doubling up the stakes here. Each one is going to be worth 2 points now instead of 1. So a little bit of a catch-up mechanic for those of you that haven't gotten a lot of questions correctly so far, Monty and Greg. So the next question, trying to remember. So this is going to be player A is going to be the one writing it down. Right? Yep, that's where we've landed.
Yeah.
Cool.
Something like that.
So your question, players, is what is your partner's in-game icon?
Is it we have to write?
So it's
Yes.
left answers.
Left
Right.
answers.
Okay.
So I need to know Roji's icon.
You need to know your own icon, and
I know
Roji will
mine.
be guessing your icon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Oh wait,
okay.
Jason's guessing. Wait, no, Jason's guessing my icon.
The left person
Yes.
is guessing the rights.
The main,
Guess
not
my
the
icon.
smurf.
Honestly, I'd probably take either main or if you can just name one of their accounts icons, I'll give you that.
Okay.
Remember, no cheating. Cheating is cringe.
I think it's this icon.
I will take a vague description because if you just look me in the eye and tell me the name of an icon, I'm not gonna know what it is either.
I didn't realize icons even had names besides like if it's a certain character is obviously that icon.
Yeah,
honestly.
if you go to them and click,
Really?
there's like they've got names underneath them. Usually they're named after events or the season that they were the masters or whatever icon for, something along those lines. And then I think the base ones they might even just be called like they might all have the same name for all I know. Time is up. Going to be sticking in the same order. So, Aikato, what is your in-game icon?
And it should be pretty easy. I've had the exact same
Yeah.
one for like literally 2 years. But it's the gay pride poro.
Grandpa Roji, gay poro is correct. Is not a sentence that I thought I would be saying on
too
camera
hard.
anytime
Too hard.
soon, but
With double R.
Is that not how you spell Poro?
that is not how you
No.
spell
One
poro,
R.
but that doesn't matter. Spelling does not count here. Moving on
Thought that
to
counts.
Jason and Puffball.
Mhm.
Puffball, what is your in-game icon?
It's corrupted Diana. I love Diana.
And we got a
Oh.
blank slate from Jason, but
God
he was
damn it.
nodding. Okay, there we
Hey,
go. The
that's
Diana
all right.
Lunari.
Yeah. Mhm.
Looks like you two are on point yet again. A full 6 points for the top row. Perfect score. Moving on down to Greg and Monty. Greg, what is your in-game icon?
Since I unlocked it, it has been Poppy, Keeper of the Hammer.
Monty guessed Poppy as your signature deck earlier, and he is correct. All right, everybody. I thought this was going to be one of the harder questions, but so far, everybody is on board. Moving on to our final duo. Kaki, what is your in-game icon?
I had to go check because I didn't know what my icon was, but it's the
Nice.
Bandle City swirly thingy, whatever, portal.
The Bandle City Portal swirly thingy,
Oh.
and Nips gets it. Everybody got it. I was on the same page as Baki. I don't know my own in-game icon. I'd have to go check, but it seems like not only did you all already know, but your partners knew as well. The
Yeah.
synergy is beautiful. You can feel the love in the air. And now we're going to be going back to player B for each of you for this next question, which is, does your partner like mirror matches?
Oh.
Mm.
Hmm.
What if my partner plays decks that nobody else plays? So he's never played mirror.
Yeah. What if mirror matches are impossible? Does that count?
I am going to ask your partner a yes or no question, and what you wrote on the board better match what they say.
Huh.
Wait, which one of these is the eraser? Wait, I found it. Never mind.
You know, looking at the selection of players that we have here tonight, I'm going to bet that probably only 3 of you consistently play mirror matches, so I understand why this is in the round 2 section a little bit more difficult.
Hmm.
Oh,
God,
I
60
changed my
seconds
answer
really
last-
is an eternity for a yes or no question, isn't it, everybody?
Yeah.
I changed my
think
answer
just have,
last
like, music in the
minute.
background.
Hardest
or-
question so
Time
far.
is up, everybody. Pencils down. We're going to start where we always do. Grandpa Roji, do you like mirror matches?
I love them. I can skill diff like any.
Wait.
Oh?
Wait.
Nope.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh,
Skill diff.
Man, I had it already ready here. I don't know.
The synergy between these two
Oh my gosh.
brings
Wow.
a tear to my eye. This is beautiful. A perfect 8 points for our leading duo yet again. Now, moving on.
Ow.
Jason, how do you feel about the mirror match?
I thought no card gamer liked mirror matches. I don't like them.
Jason does not like mirror matches,
Oh.
and Puffball
Oh, I
thinks
said
that
that
he
you
does.
do,
A
yeah.
miss.
no.
The first
Dang.
whiff from you two. This is unexpected. Jason, I
Yasuo
can't
players
believe.
always want a challenge.
Jason, I thought that when you saw Yasuo across the table from you, you would be ecstatic. How dare you not spread the love with everyone else? Moving on down, though. Monty, do you like mirror matches, buddy?
Depends on the mirror. Some are good, others are awful.
I would
guess
love a
generally
yes or a no.
Yeah, can I put
It
it?
doesn't have to be a yes or no question. It's an open forum. Generally, no. I don't like it.
Generally, no. That is what we're going to get. And Greg's whiteboard is loading. Thinks that you like it for the skill expression. That is going to be
Oh,
another
no.
whiff for you two. And now,
think you know
moving
that.
on, Nips, I don't know if you've ever played a mirror match in your life in Legends of Runeterra, but do you like them?
I play meta decks sometimes. For the most
never
part, if depending on the deck, maybe, but usually no, I do not like mirror matches.
Going usually no.
Oh.
Baki's got hits though, which is a little bit stronger, but on the right track. So that
Yeah,
is
yeah,
going to be
yeah.
2 points for you two. Now, got a new second place frontrunner here, but can you match up to the perfect score that Roji and Aikido are pumping out? We're going to find out on the next question here. Who is your partner's in-game waifu champion?
Oh, that's
Oh,
Hmm. Oh, I know.
do I know the answer to that question?
So not favorite, but like
I'm just reading what the card says, which is their favorite waifu champion. Or just who is their in-game waifu?
Not champion. Any.
In-game waifu. It does say
Okay.
in-game waifu champion, so I'm going to limit
let's
this to
do-
champions.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Jack the winner. You big, beautiful Bilgewater bastard. You succulent piece of shark meat. Ooh. Take you to dinner anytime, buddy. Doesn't have to be Valentine's Day. This is what happens when you guys let me fill. I just go back to hitting on Jack the winner. Rising Tides was a hell of a set.
What does
Back when he
Jack
was
the
a-
Winner need to come back?
He was a big, strong 5'6",
5'6".
biggest 5-mana follower I'd ever
Wait,
seen in my life.
Is he a 5'6" right now? He's a 5'5", right? He's still there.
Yeah, we had to nerf him. My poor boy, he didn't deserve that. And time is up. Thank God, because I was about to keep going on about Jack the Winner. I actually have notes here, an entire 2-page. Anyway, we'll get that later. Aikido. Who's your in-game waifu?
I mean, it's got to be Sarah Queen, right? It's got to be the Sarah Queen.
wait.
It's got to be Sarah Queen.
Boy.
Roji
so
Ray, your
different.
favorite twink?
Ez? Is that what you have?
I think it says Ezreal.
Yeah.
Ezreal's a side
production.
piece.
Hello.
Wow, you're gonna betray him like that?
Looks like we've got our first whiff from our perfect couple. Ezreal, not even your favorite. Same region. You guys are close. That is not what we were looking for. Moving on. Panda. I think we all might know the answer to this one, but who's your in-game waifu?
You're asking me, right? Wait.
Oh no, you're asking me, right? And then Jason has to have written
Jason's
it down.
supposed to have written it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait.
Oh.
Do you want to write it down
Sorry.
really quick?
Let me do that. I thought for some reason.
Card gamers are really good at reading things and knowing what's going on.
Okay. So mine it'd be Diana.
And what did Jason write down absolute last minute here? Diana.
There you go.
If he was able to get it on the icon, I'd imagine he'd be able to get it on this one as well. Moving on down, Gregory. Who's your in-game waifu?
Probably Poppy. The coolest character overall.
We doubled up on the questions here. A lot of icons matching the in-game waifus. Didn't necessarily expect this, but hey, it is what it is, and that's going to be 2 points for you two. Moving on to our final couple. Baki, who's your in-game waifu?
Scared.
We're sharing Poppy, by the way.
Okay.
No!
Sharing Poppy.
I'm cool.
Riven.
I like the little Riven phase.
Baki, how do you feel about Riven?
It's like maybe not even top 4, probably.
Not
Hello?
even top 4.
No wonder she's so angry over there.
Damned.
No wonder.
I do know he loves Poppy, but didn't know it was a waifu. Hello?
All right, moving on to
She's
our
cute,
next
she's
question.
cute,
Is everybody
yes.
aware of who is writing down and who is going to be asked things now that we've got everything under control? We're all good. All right, so the next question is, who is your partner's in-game husbando champion?
Oh, wait. Oh. I still look up that, actually.
Wait
She
a
got set
minute.
up.
I couldn't
Told you that color got
give you
set up.
the. I didn't want
Ordering
to tell
as
you what the
well.
next question was, so I didn't want to clarify on the previous one. But
Champion?
yes, now we are moving on to the male waifus, better known as husbandos.
I see.
It pains me how much I have to write this
Jack,
stupid
if you're
name
still
down.
out there, I'll wait for you forever.
This is hard.
I think I would have put Nami for your waifu.
That's okay.
That's so correct.
It's been so long, you know.
Yeah, Kato, I always thought your love of Seraphine was just a diversion so that people wouldn't beat up on Ezreal any further. So I get where Roji's head was at with that one.
Mm-hmm. Nah, dude, Ezreal's the worst. Imagine.
Honestly, Ezreal is the worst.
Yasuo's not the worst. Let's go.
Okay, actually, no, I take it back.
Not gonna lie, it's kind of fucked up that like every single answer to Jason's questions is literally Yasuo. That's kind of
Wait, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna talk about Poppy
And all
down
the
below.
puffballs are
You are
Diana.
just Diana.
This
So
is
hey.
rigged. Rigged.
We're individuals of extreme. Extremes.
And time is up. We're going to be moving on to the answer portion, everybody's favorite portion of the game show. So, Grandpa Roji,
Down there.
who's your in-game husbando?
I mean, I think this one's pretty easy. It's Malphite.
Malphite. Kato, what did you write down? It's Malphite. Rock solid. Good pun on that one. That's another 2 points back to you guys. Jason, you easy to pin down man. Who's your in-game husbando?
Ooh, I'm not sure if you got this one, but it's Yasuo.
Puffball, did you write Yasuo again?
I
swear.
Beautiful. That is the beauty of having a one trick as your partner in a game like this. So moving back down onto our group where things are a little bit more varied. Monte Cristo, who is your in-game husbando?
Fizz.
Oh,
Okay, I picked the wrong half.
oh, I thought it was Akshan. dude.
Unfortunate on that one. Monty, I actually didn't even hear your answer. What did you say?
Fizz.
Fizz. That's
Yeah.
Always Fizz.
that's an
That's
answer.
That is an
Oh,
answer.
that
That is
Nothing
certainly
that'd
an
be
answer. I'm gonna keep that one in my back pocket for a rainy day. Flash you on Twitter for that later on. But moving on to our next couple. Nips, who's your in-game LOR husbando?
Okay, so this one is hard because
Is
I'm a very thirsty person. But based on everybody's answers and Boki's answer, that it's basically just like your favorite character of that part, I'm going to go ahead and say Kenny.
I
God damn it!
Diego.
I thought Viego was
Yeah,
the
I was
obvious
gonna say-
answer.
No, Viego,
I would have said
Viego is, but because he's hot. Kenny is my baby.
I see. Unfortunately,
Well,
then your baby girl has
that's
any points
weird.
awarded.
mhm.
There are some negative implications to be made there, but I'm not going to make them.
No, everybody used cute characters as their baby, so I said Kenny instead
I beg
of
to
Diego.
differ. I think Yasuo was actually quite grody.
Ben takes maybe a bath once a year. I'm willing to bet if that.
Somehow, despite thinking Yasuo is grody, you two are still tied for first place with Roji and Aikido at 10 points, and that is the end of round number 2. But luckily, in round number 3, answer is going to be worth 3 points, so there is still quite a bit of room for you all to catch up, assuming that the synergy of our top row can slip here. But before we get into round number 3, we have another little fun intermission question. No points will be awarded on this one. It's just for fun. Starting with Grandpa Roji and Aikido, how did you first meet your partner?
Twitch DMs.
If you're not
Lit
meeting
into the
your,
DMs.
partners in Twitch chat, where are you meeting your partners? You know, like, come on.
You know, speaking of, I think we're actually going to go out of order here, down to Nips and Boki. How did you two meet again?
Shoot. We were both in a charity stream together, and that's basically how we met.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. Twitch bringing everybody together. We're going to go counterclockwise on this one. Monty and Greg, how did you two first meet?
We work for Mastering Runeterra together.
Yeah, I think the first thing was we were messaging back and forth on an article he was writing that I had to edit. Then it kind of grew from there into like talking about other content and talking about decks and whatnot. And yeah, it's pretty good.
At least it's not Twitch chat. That's beautiful.
True,
Jason,
true.
it's Puffball.
Hello?
How did you two meet?
I would say that I wasn't super familiar with the lore community, and then Jason was very welcoming, and then we found out that we both lived on the East Coast, so that was my first time meeting somebody online. It was actually kind of scary. I was worried he'd be like an axe murderer or something, but it was good. It was great.
Like also IRL too.
I mean, he does like Yasuo.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Yasuo definitely didn't cut his muscles, not by axe murdering. But we're going to be moving on to the third round here. So, going to be going back to player A for this one. What was your partner's first expansion?
Yikes.
How well do you know how long they have been playing Legends of Runeterra? Remember, the players on the left are going to be the ones writing this one down, just so we're all on the same page here.
It's on your left or my left?
There's only one left.
Your left, Aikido, your left.
No, my left.
So do you want the actual like expansion name, or is it like, hey, look, the expansion where X was released? Would that suffice?
If you can name, if you're like the expansion where this champion came out, I'll take that. I don't expect you all to know the expansion names, although
because they got weird names.
I do.
Like the set, would that be okay?
The set, yes.
Okay, okay.
Well, like set would be
See,
okay if
that's
like
where
they
wrong
were releasing the first part of the set. But,
There's a
yeah.
difference between a set and an expansion. These are very explicitly outlined things on the Runeterra website. You need to know that.
Let me
True.
defer to Headmaster Red on this one, because I was gonna Targon was broken into 3 expansions in my mind. I was gonna make you pick the expansion of Targon that they started up on, but let me just check with production here on how specific we want to get. The most broad? That's a boring answer. All right.
Okay.
You guys get away easy on this one.
It's gonna get harder later on.
And time is up. So, starting in the top left with a score of 10 and currently in the lead, Aikido, with what expansion did you start playing Legends of Runeterra?
Targon. More specifically when Aphelios came out, but yeah, Targon. Let's go.
Aphelios Temple, Tia Fizz meta.
Okay, yeah, that is Aphelios is when this was described to me, so that is gonna be a point, well, 3 points actually for you two. Moving on to Jason and Puffball. Puffball, with what expansion did you start playing Legends of Runeterra?
I started playing at Rising Tides. It was right after the beta season.
And Jason, right on the money with Rising Tides. Makes sense if he was one of the first people that you interacted with, that he would remember around when that was. At least you would hope so on Valentine's Day of all days. Moving on down. Gregory, when did you start playing Legends of Runeterra?
So I first started really playing with the release of Bandle City. I did play a couple expansions like earlier than that, but when I really started getting into the game was Beyond the Bandlewood, I think is the official name.
All right, we're going to go with Beyond the Bandlewood / Bandle City. Empires of the Ascended is not correct.
Ooh.
Monty, no points awarded for our
We're having
bottom
a chat
right.
after this, I think.
Moving on to the last couple. Boki, when did you start playing Legends of Runeterra?
I'm so
I
bad at
started
this.
playing in Empires of the Ascended. So.
Oh, that's the one I was gonna write.
Was gonna write but didn't write. Call of the Mountain. That is Shurima versus Targon. That is not correct. No points will be awarded here. And now, again, our top row just staying very solidly in the lead. Let's see if you can do that as we move on to our next question, which is, what is your partner's favorite in-game emote?
Oh,
Oh,
you might not get this.
Free. It's so free.
That one is free.
Well, actually, which one is it?
Free mode.
Oof.
Use
No,
your
I don't
telepathic
know.
connection with your partner now, too.
Let me go look at all my amazing emotes.
This could be a tough one, too, because they might have an all-time favorite, but they might give you the most recent favorite. You know, and people like to switch things up a little bit. Emotes are the one thing that we are consistently getting pumped into the game.
Well, if we're
Old
going-
ones getting outscaled all the time.
There's no way it's the. No way.
No way,
Let's
says
be
Panda.
reasonable.
No way.
here. Be reasonable.
Reasonable.
This is the true test of connection right here.
Do I
Absolutely.
look like that emoter?
Is it a GG emoji? Is it a BM emoji? What are we looking at here? There's different categories. Which one do they like using the most? And that is time. Moving on to the answer portion. Grandpa Roji, what's your favorite emote?
Sparky Von Yip Yip, or whatever it's called, the laser cat.
Laser Cat or Sparky Von Yip Yip? That's what we're
Aw.
looking for.
Yeah,
Laser Cat
there
from
you go.
Aikido. Perfect. Synergy
Dang.
still. 16 points on the board for you two. Moving on to a little bit more obvious here, but Jason, what's your favorite emote?
Surprisingly, it's not a Yasuo emote.
Oh no, that does not
I'd
bode
have
well.
I'd have to go with either Asol or Leona.
Okay, I didn't write that. That was our last time. I did the all is fine one, which is like Yasuo holding like the cup of tea, and he's kind of like staring off into space.
Unfortunately,
You don't
Jason
strike
did
me as a
specify
finger
not
wagger.
Yasuo, so there's going to be no points awarded for you two. Moving on
Get
down
after
to the
it,
bottom
get
section yet again. Monte Cristo, what's your favorite way to emote?
I'm muted. I don't know. Maybe Fizz again?
Maybe Fizz again, he says. Can we
Just
see
say.
Gregory's answer? I saw a little head shake there.
Frostbog? Oh, that's a-
Man is not a
Frostbog.
emote a lot. That's the thing. He just kind of fumes like off the screen. That's how he works.
All right, and moving on to our last couple nips. What's your favorite emote?
Well, to me, this emote is timeless. It's never changed. It's the nervous Ezreal.
Nervous
I
Ezreal.
rolled
We
that,
got
but I thought-
Wowza Poppy from Boki.
Are you kidding me?
I know you don't have that one. I wrote the other one.
I did. I love that one, but I don't have it. So I use the Ezreal one.
Oof, that is a rough round all around, except for Roji and Aikido, who fall solidly into the lead. We're coming down to the last couple of questions, so you guys all need to get on the ball if you're going to be able to catch up. Next question is, which one of you is the better deck builder?
Oh,
Let's see if ego can get in the way here for some of these couples. Never been much
Olvard,
of a
have you
deck
ever
builder
built a deck?
myself. I have actually,
Yeah.
quite a few. Not in LO. Well, I built one in LOR. I posted about it on Reddit because it was like rising tides. Everyone was just like, "Oh, I hit top 200 on ladder. I posted a deck," and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do that." So I did it, and then nobody understood how the deck was supposed to function, and they were just like, "Why aren't you playing this card?" And I'm like, "If you're asking me why I'm not playing Might, you are fundamentally misunderstanding what I am doing here."
Was it Brahms
welcome to
Wing?
deck building.
It was Vi Draven, but I was playing like Kato the
Oh.
Arm just because not a lot of things killed a 5/4 at the time.
Wait, have you
Yeah.
considered though that Vi gets 10 attacks, so Might's actually like really good with her.
Yeah, that's what Kato the arm was for. It's like Might with a body. It was, sort of a mid-range grindy kind of deal. And everyone's like, oh, you're just a Vi OTK deck. Put Might in it.
What if Might but slow?
That is going to be time in the round. So, Kato, between you and Grandpa Roji, which one of you is the better deck builder?
And I've made so many, Shrima Shellfolk, Glorious Evolution Shellfolk. But I mean, Roji has like significantly impacted the meta like 30 times. He probably is slightly better. Slightly better.
Slightly better, he says. And Grandpa Roji agrees. That is going to be 3 points for the two of you. The humility is stunning coming out of Kato, the master Shellfolk builder. But I think you are right. Roji has built more Shurima piles than you have, which is the metric that we're going by for here. Moving on, Puffball Panda, between you and Jason Sational, which one's the better deck builder?
I would say definitely Jason. I think that he plays at a higher level than me also. So I kind of just build.
So predictable.
I build a bunch of random piles.
But only because Puff doesn't think she's a good deck builder. That is absolutely beautiful from Jason Sational. So sweet. You love to see the love, but I want to see some violence. Gregory, between you and Monte Cristo, who is the better deck builder?
So it's 100% Monty. I do not build decks. I pilot. I sometimes tweak. I do not make things well.
We net deck, but me from Monty. All right, everybody. I thought there'd be a little bit more controversy between the partners, but we're going to move on to our last couple. Boki, between you and Nips, who's the better deck builder?
I mean, she would never admit it, but it's me. No, I'm kidding. It's her by far.
Just waiting for the answer to populate here, but yeah, it's going to be Nips agreeing with Boki. I love that every answer is just me, and nobody agreeing with the other person. That is 3 points for absolutely everybody, and I think the first time that everyone got the question right, maybe the icon one everybody got right, but it means we are moving on to our final question between Grandpa Roji, Kato, Jason, and Puffball to steal this one back. So, your final question is, between you and your partner, right now, tonight, who would win in a best of 3?
Oh my.
Right now, tonight, huh? That's pretty important.
If we were to ask you to play right now, who's taking home that best of 3?
Okay, so follow-up questions here.
We know the answer to this already.
So we're talking like normal, like best of 3 with bans and whatnot. Open list or closed list? Because that changes a lot here.
I would say open list. Let's go seasonal rules here. Riot lock, open deck list, timer exists. So, don't be queuing up triple Anivia piles or anything crazy like that.
Oh, no.
On a Monday, specifically Monday.
Specifically at Monday at 3 a.m. if you're in Serbia.
Yeah.
Very curious to see what our front runner team is going to say here. If they can get on board about who's going to win a best of 3. They got the deck builder right, but what about the in-game throwdown?
It should be obvious.
It should be obvious. Roji agrees with you that it should be obvious.
We already know.
And that is time. So let's see how obvious it actually was. Grandpa Roji, between you and Kato, who would win a best of 3?
Definitely Ikato. Broodmane is really good right now, and it beats literally everything I'm playing. So
definitely Kato, he says, and Kato's answer was me.
Flock beats all of his decks, and I have Daddy.
What?
We just played in a tournament on Saturday. So.
What? Oh man, Kato is gonna team Roji Kato gonna solidly take the lead here. Moving on to Jason and Puffball. Jason, between you and Puffball, who would win a best of 3 tonight?
It has to be me, right?
It has to be me, right? He says, and on the side of Puffball, but all in the game against Yasuo. Absolutely love to see it. Moving on, Monty. Between you and Gregory, you are scrim partners, so you should know this one, I guess. You have an idea of each other's lineups. Who would win the best of 3?
I think it would be Greg right now. Similar to Icon or Roji, Flock is pretty good, and I play aggro smorg stuff. So I think Greg has the leg up.
Oh, and we get a bit of disagreement. The dual humility from the Scrim partners. Honestly, that is beautiful in its own right. Man has practiced more of late, more meta aware.
Yeah, he's been putting in the work a lot more the last few days than I have, and he's actually like trying to play in tournaments, whereas I've kind of just taken a week off.
You'll love to see it. Moving on, Nips, between you and Boki, who's winning that best of 3 right now? 3 a.m.
Well, there's a reason why the last question had the answer that it did. I make the decks and he makes the clicks. He's an absolute giga chat. However, he will not win the Viego mirror.
Her got lucky.
We take those.
Okay. We'll take the throw for humor. Okay.
I absolutely love to see it, but it does mean that we have a clear winner here, only getting one question wrong throughout the entire night, not knowing that Seraphine was the correct waifu. We have Grandpa Roji and Aikedo as your undisputed winners, meaning that we get to dodge the tiebreaker question, which was going to be, what was your partner's current go-to lineup? Which some of you may have been able to get, some of you may not.
Can we do that?
We can still answer that, honestly. That could be fun.
No, let's do it.
That could be fun. Okay.
Can we do it like everyone does it?
Yeah, we might as well. Everybody just do it. Just do it. What is your partner's go-to lineup for right now?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Keep in mind, we're talking seasonal format, so I don't want to see Yasuo. I don't want to see Talia Malphite written 3 times.
A whole lineup with like, so 3 decks.
3 decks. Give you probably a little bit more than 60 seconds for this one. It takes a little bit more brain power.
But what if they can run 3x or 9x of this card?
I mean, give me if you're writing 9x Broadmain, give me regions. Give me champions if you can, but I guess I'll accept regions. Be pretty loose on this one.
What would you run a lineup right now, Boulevard?
I've been thinking about it. I'd probably go. I tried 9x Broadmain, and then I lost one round in the Daily Rumble, and I was like, "Wow, I am not spending the next 6 hours completing this run." So right now I'd probably be going triple aggro, just because if I'm playing a lineup, it's, in the Daily Rumble, and I got to get through it. Although I will say, everybody's sleeping on Soul Cleave Scion, man. Maybe it's not the meta for it, but a 2-card combo that ends the game and doesn't care about anything that happened up until that point, that's got to be broken. Maybe not now, but eventually.
I swear, Soul Cleave is not an okay card. That thing needs to get changed.
Yeah.
I'm just mad I can't craft a prismatic version of it. I was ready to style on people with the full prismatic Scion deck day 1, and there's just not an option to craft prismatic Soul Cleave. I was so tilted.
Weird.
That's funny.
And time is up. Is everybody done? Anybody need a last second? Get that last bit in. All right, we're going to try to speed run this one, so I'll ask you both back to back, and then we'll show up the whiteboards. Grandpa Roji, what is Aikedo's current go-to lineup? 9x
Breedmain, Bilgewater, Vandal City, and PNZ.
And Aikedo, what is Roji's current go-to lineup?
He's playing like Sivir Jax and like Cultist and like Alawi. Like he's playing some crazy shit right now.
That's exactly what I'm playing.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What you would expect from these guys. Breed Mage, Mage. Moving on.
Wait, do we
Jason.
have to write our own answers?
Oh, I wrote my own answers.
I think we answered wrong, but...
Yeah, we're just doing this one for fun anyway. So Jason, what is go-to lineup for right now?
Oh, wait. Okay, well, I thought she would bring Echo Zillion, some Shyvana deck, and Celestia.
Okay. Oh,
And
you
Panda,
wrote down
what
mine.
Jason's
I'm
go-to
supposed to say
lineup.
Okay, let me write mine.
Oh, wait.
I'm going to write mine really quick.
Nobody understood the assignment. It's fine. Let's just keep
Okay, wait, I'm going to
running
write
it.
mine really quick.
Yeah, I wrote down mine.
That's fine. That's fine. What is your go-to lineup?
It's Echo Zillion, is Shyvana J4, probably like some sort of SI deck, and then like Trist Atrocity.
Oh,
So you actually
no
got 2 out of the 3
Celesbians.
there. Yeah, no, I haven't been playing Celesbians lately.
Well, it did good enough for you in this event. Moving on, Monty,
did.
what is Greg's go-to lineup or your go-to lineup as we've kind of thrown the rules out the window here?
Greg would bring Nora Nar, SI Trist, and Heimer Jace.
And Greg, what would Monty bring?
I was saying he would bring a Lowy aggro, a Trist aggro, and then probably like Leona Cat, just smork.
That is exactly what I would bring.
Absolutely beautiful. Moving on to our last ones. Nips, what lineup would Baki or you bring? I'm still confused as to how
Well,
we're scoring this one
I
out.
ended up writing my answers, so
Okay.
I erased. Okay, well, we've been playing Magic, so I'm just gonna go with he'd bring Kindred, Viego, probably Red Gwen, and then Rise.
And Boki,
And these are my answers.
That's basically what I bring in Gauntlet. So yes, that is the one.
Beautiful.
And
The
that's
synergy
exactly.
remains. Well, it's nice to know that you guys all know each other at least well enough to know what the important thing is, and that is what decks they would bring to a tournament. But that does bring us to the end of the show. Roji and Aiketo, once again, your winners of the event. Second place, we have Jay Sensational and Puffball Panda, and a pretty big gap between them, Onips and Koki Boki, and then Monty and Greg in last place. But thank you all so much for participating. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And I didn't have anything written on my script past the tiebreaker, so I don't know if there's anything else that I have to announce or thank before the end of the show. So I'm going to throw it to a classic. Shout out to Boulevard. Absolutely nobody else. There we go. We've thanked all the sponsors and everybody that made this possible. It was me. Thank you all, of course, for participating. We will see you all not next time. I don't know when. I don't know. Maybe there is a next time. Maybe there isn't. We will see you all in the future.
Thanks to Headmaster Red for putting us all on. He's cool.
Thank you.
It's Boulevard.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.